Well, the first time we met, I had her meet me at in the dark parking lot, and I pretty much told her what to do, where to go, how to dress, everything. I was testing her. I wanted to see if she was able to follow directions. I never do anything crazy or anything like that. They're simple instructions, but you know, she was new to this, and it was the middle of the night, and I was a stranger. She could only correspond with via email, so I wanted to see basically how well she followed directions. And she came through with flying colors, and she later admitted that she wasn't really scared. She was nervous, but wasn't really scared. She didn't even cross her mind that I would have her do anything sexual or anything like that, or I would take advantage of her. So that right there told me that was very important, because all of this is about establishing trust. And if you don't have the trust, then you're not going to have the fun, and you're not going to be able to explore, you're not going to be able to expand the person. And so basically, from that first time on, we just hit it off, and the trust was there, and we just grew from there.
Okay. What is your favorite part of being dominated?
But the part I like the most is the trust, and I trust that he's not going to, per se, harm me, like in a bad way. But I love the feeling of calmness that comes over me. In my day-to-day life, I'm a leader. I take charge in everything I do, in my work, in my family, in my house, everything. I'm the final say-so, or the final authority of everything. And to give up that complete and total, persona to follow someone to do whatever it is they tell me to do is amazing, because when I'm with him, my mind is completely blank. Just blank.
Like, I really don't see it as dominating somebody. I see it as guiding them to push their boundaries and explore something that they normally wouldn't have the courage to explore on their own. And so, like, I'm a master, I'm a dom, whatever the term you want to use, but I really see myself as a guide. And that's kind of an analogy I use when I first meet somebody. I say, imagine me like a taxi driver, and you get in, and I'm going to get you anywhere that you want to go. But I'm in control. I'm the one driving. You don't tell me how to go, because I know how to get there, and I'm going to take you with me. And as long as they're willing to sit in the back seat and trust me, then I'm going to get them there safe and sound.
It's funny because I read up a little bit more on it the last couple of weeks regarding to, I do think it was there, and it was a great deal of, there was a great need for it back in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. I think now it's come to a point to where the movement has actually become more detrimental to women than it has to be helpful to them, because it continuously pushes them to be in these powerful roles, to put them into positions, like you can be a CEO of the company, you need to be the CEO of the company. Whereas I feel that there's some women who are perfectly happy being homemakers and secretaries and, a cook or a dishwasher. But, it's opened so many doors for who we are as women now that we're able to do so much.
Okay, and what do you think about how it plays into the, your lifestyle, your sexual lifestyle?
It's actually, in that retrospect, it's actually opened the door for that. I know if we were sitting here having this conversation in the 60s, most people look at it, what I do is, okay, well, you're a whore, or you're weak, you're timid, you just follow this man around like a little puppy dog because you don't know any better. And it's just completely the opposite. I think women now have the ability and the choices, they're able to do what they want to do with their sexual life. And I'm just able to actually do what I want to do with someone I want to do it with.
Yeah.
I'd say that every woman, every good sub that I've ever met has been intelligent, has been independent, has been confident. They know what they want. Any woman who sees my ad, let's say on Craigslist, and answers me, knows what they want, and they're not afraid to go after it. They've made that decision on their own. So I think that's a huge difference than what it would have been, before, women's rights and all that. They wouldn't have had the courage to follow that. So you meet so many people, and sometimes nothing ever really happens. So there's only a select few that you actually connect with, and something becomes ongoing. you know, I met her on Craigslist, and or she actually met me, I guess you could say. She responded to my ad, and so it's hard to come up with a number really, but and we have met people together on Craigslist also. So we've done that as individuals and as a couple, I guess you could say.
Okay. Well, when were you first introduced to like Craigslist? Like, what was the story that you stumbled on the personal section of Craigslist?
So this will be interesting. So, about 3 or 4 years ago, I was moving and trying to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff. And a friend told me, oh, you need to go on this website, you can sell all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. So that's how I initially got onto it. And then she was like, oh, you have to check out the personals. They're the craziest personals you're ever going to see. So I just kind of used to read them on and off here and there. As far as, you've read them probably yourself. There's just, really insane ones out there. So, so that's kind of how I got into it. I can tell you how I found his ad and responded to it.
Okay.
I was actually on a business trip, and I was in a hotel room, and I just happened to bring my laptop, and so I'm bored, and I'm just kind of skimming through the ads. I had actually been skimming for about 2 or 3 weeks, looking for something. My husband had actually said that he was not going to be my boyfriend, and I needed to go out and seek that relationship somewhere else. So there I was, skimming and skimming, and all these other ones were just like, hey, I want to have sex, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I came across his ad. And it was the most dominating thing I had read all night, and it just basically said, if this is what you're looking for, you will respond, and you will respond in this manner.
You're my master, and this is your pussy. You're my master, and this is your pussy. You're my master, and this is your pussy. You're my master, and this is your pussy.
We placed a rent or something, and I just noticed all the other things that are on there, things for sale, there's classifieds, personals. I read the personals, and I was like, this can't be real. And I answered a few, and it sounded interesting, and it was mostly spam, but I decided, I'm going to put my own, and I saw the opportunity there. I said, this is an opportunity for me to seek out exactly what I want, and only have the people respond that I want to interact with, instead of all the BS in the past where you have to meet somebody and hopefully they're into the same things you are. I just said, this is who I am, I'm going to write this up, and if anyone responds to it, then...
This is your pussy. I'm your master. This is your pussy. You're my master. This is your pussy. You're my master. This is your pussy. You're my master.
Tell you about the freshman at the Christian college in Riverside from the Midwest who likes to be abducted off the street. And
You can tell us more about that, Ken.
how about the Russian immigrant girl in West Hollywood who told me her address and her apartment number, and basically just wanted me to break in when she wasn't there, and kind of had fantasy rape when she showed up, and I did that, and that was very interesting, and my heart was beating the whole time, worried I was getting caught by the cops or something, or I was worried it was a setup, but I went through with it, and it was awesome. And the thing about Craigslist is, if you have a fantasy, you could find somebody out there who has the same fantasy. It's all anonymous, and you just put what you want, and people will respond. And it's it's not like meeting somebody in a club and say, hey, excuse me, I want to tie you up and spank you. It's made it easier to meet people, basically. Like I said, before you have to go to a club or a bar and hope that you meet somebody into the same thing. Some people are in relationships for years with somebody, and they're afraid to bring up to their partner that they want to be tied up or dominated, or maybe they do bring it up, but their partner just doesn't have it in them to do it, or they're just not interested. So you could use Craigslist just to find the specific type of people that are into the same things you are.
I am not a whore. I am not a whore. But I like to do it.